What? What's up, math scholars? We're going to finish the rest of the study guide. This shouldn't take real long. Hopefully you have your graphing calculator to get this next one put into the graph world, and you can utilize your table. I do want to point out something important I've noticed. Please make sure you end the radical after that -4 before the +3. If you accidentally have the 3 under the radical, it will give you the wrong table and the wrong graph. This -4 right here would shift our graph 4 to the right. It's opposite of what you'd expect. This 3 right here would shift our graph up 3. I went ahead and put it in my graph world and clicked table. Second graph is table. These are my values. I saw 1.09, 1.18, 1.29, 1.41, 1.56, 1.74, and 2. They weren't the best values to let me see it. I actually looked at 4 to get a value to see, and then kind of just plotted the best I could. It was a sideways snake, so it kind of looked like this. And anytime we have these sideways snakes, our domain and range is all real numbers. So negative infinity to infinity for both our domain and our range. Yeah. All right, 21, same thing. Make sure your radical ends before your -4. So there is no left-right shift because there's no one under the radical. There is a down 4 shift. When you click table, you might be surprised at what you see. You're going to see an error for the first 3 entries. That's because you cannot square root a negative. Once you hit 0, you can square root 0, so that's okay. And that's where we will start seeing values -4, -3, -2.6, and -2.3. This is my graph. It's just a normal square root graph that's been shifted down 4. So my domain is where I can go on the x-axis. That'd be 0 through infinity. And you can kind of look at your table too to see what x values work. 0 on up are the x values that work. And what y values come out of our function. -4 on up. And that's where it can travel on the y-axis. -4 on up, -4 through infinity. I used a bracket on both because bracket means including. And we can include 0 and include -4. When you graph number 22, you will see a parabola shape. So let's think about a parabola shape. A parabola shape will be a function because it will pass a vertical line test. Its inverse will not be a function because it would fail a horizontal line test. The way the test works is if you touch twice at any given point, you fail. So when I did my horizontal line test, I was touching twice and failing. 23, is this a function? Yes, it would pass the vertical line test. Is its inverse a function? No, it would fail the horizontal line test. We already did a parabola, so parabola is yes for function, no for inverse being a function. This is a sideways absolute value graph. It would fail the function test vertically, but pass the inverse test horizontally. 24 is a little bit interesting. We have to subtract these two functions. We do need to use parentheses around the second function. Here's my h of x. And I'm subtracting off m of x. With the parentheses, this negative will distribute to everyone. So everybody will be adding in that second group. These two are like terms. That's going to be 6x to the 1/3. And then these two blue ones are like terms, so that's going to be -3. 6x to the 1/3 minus 3. And our last one, what is the domain of f of g of x? This is the one that gets circled, the g of x. It gets placed in for f right here. So what that's going to look like is parentheses around the x plus 6, and then I'll still have the 2 there. I'm going to simplify this down a bit. If I would distribute, it'd be 5x plus 30 plus 2. So I would combine those like terms, the 30 and the 2. So it's going to be 5x plus 32. That's my function. And I know that looks super strange, but we're going to have to do some thinking about our domain. Can you remember what we're not allowed to divide by in math? We are not allowed to divide by 0 in math. So to think about this, my denominator can never be 0. So my 5x plus 32 can never be 0. X can be any number except whatever number would cause that 5x plus 32 to be 0. To solve this, you can subtract your 32 to the other side, and then you can divide by 5. So you basically discover that x can be any number in the world except negative 32 over 5. So I'll go negative infinity through infinity, except negative 32 over 5. That's the way I'm okay with writing it. If you want to write it like the pre-calc teachers will next year, it'd be negative infinity through negative 32 fifths, not including, that's why I use the parentheses, in union with negative 32 fifths through infinity. So either one of those answers will be good. Okay. Hey, thanks for watching the video. This was a short one. We got the study guide finished up. Bye.